In this video, we'll cover the species present for a basic salt. Like all salts, alkali salts fully dissociate and produce a lot of ions. The classic example of a basic salt is sodium ethanoate. It is the ethanoate ion that further reacts with water. Let's take a closer look. So once your salt has dissolved and you have produced the two ions, it is the ethanoate that further react with water. We call this reaction with water hydrolysis. It will produce ethanoic acid and hydroxide ions as the proton comes off water and produces the ethanoic acid, and that's where the hydroxides come from. When listing the species present, notice that no sodium ethanoate will be present because it fully dissociates. The ion in highest concentration will be sodium. It'll be a fraction higher than the sodium ethanoate because some of those sodium ethanoates further undergo that hydrolysis. So in terms of listing the species present from highest to lowest, after water we put sodium followed by the ethanoate. Now that will only be marginally lower. When the ethanoate reacts with the water, it produces ethanoic acid and hydroxides in equal concentrations, and so those two ions are there in equal concentration. And your final ion that you need to remember is you will have your hydroniums. They're always present, albeit they'll be very low. And I do apologise that should there be an alkali salt. In terms of the graphical representation, your sodium and your ethanoate ion, they're just about the same. The ethanoates are just slightly lower because some of them undergo hydrolysis. The concentration of the ethanoic acid and the hydroxides are equal. And then you've got that very small little part there showing the hydronium ions. So that brings the species in solution to a close. I have covered all the scenarios. This slide here is a summary of all the species that have ever been used in exams. So if you would like to go through a few of these, you'll notice that in 2014 they did a weak acid dissociation question, but instead of using ethanoic acid, they used the hypochlorite. What other ones can I see that are? You'll notice the acidic salts have always got the ammonium ions in them, or they've got the amine salts, which are those two there. So you could go and have a look at that 2015 exam. Neutral salts, you've got very few. They don't come up in the exam paper. But just remember that if they've got any group 1 or group 2 metal, those never react with water. Strong bases, weak bases, remember you've got your amines there that react just like an ammonia with partial hydrolysis, and any salt that has got an ethanoate ion, that will be an alkali. So that brings it to a wrap. I hope that these have helped you understand species in solution.